Have you ever felt like people only hit you up when they need something? Like they disappear the moment they get what they want? Have you ever canceled your own plans, your rest, your sleep, your peace, just to help someone who forgets you right after? If that sounds familiar, this story is for you. Because sometimes, life teaches its hardest lessons through the people we care about the most. There was once a quiet little town, surrounded by green fields and old, peaceful houses. In that town lived a man named Daniel. Everyone knew him. If someone's bike chain snapped, they called Daniel. If someone needed help carrying boxes, they knocked on Daniel's door. If someone felt lonely and needed to talk, they went straight to Daniel. And Daniel never said no. He'd smile and say, "Yeah, sure. I got you." He believed helping people made him a good person, and people praised him for being kind. But slowly, without him even noticing, his life stopped being his own. His garden stayed half done. His windows were cracked. His roof needed fixing. His own problems kept stacking up. But instead of dealing with them, he was always out fixing everyone else's life. Every night, he came home exhausted, dirty, sweaty, drained. His mother would look at him and say, "Daniel, you help everyone. But why does nobody ever help you?" Daniel would smile and reply, "It's okay, Mom. One day they'll remember everything I've done." But that day never came. One evening, the sky turned dark. Strong winds started blowing. A storm was coming. People rushed outside to protect their stuff. Daniel ran out too, but not to save his own things. He went straight to help his friend Oliver, whose tools were still outside. They worked fast, covering everything, moving things into the shed. But Daniel's own garden furniture? Still outside. His plants? Uncovered. His boxes? Wide open. Then the storm hit. Heavy rain. Crazy wind. By the time Daniel got home, his garden was destroyed. He sat on the steps, rain dripping down his face, staring at the mess that used to be his peaceful space. His mother put a warm towel on his shoulders and said softly, "Daniel, today you saved everyone's stuff except your own." That's when something inside him finally cracked. The next morning, exhausted and confused, Daniel went to see Mr. Harris, a retired teacher who lived near the river. Daniel sat beside him and said, "I don't get it. I help everyone, but I feel empty. I'm tired not from work, but from people. Why does being kind feel like it's breaking me?" Mr. Harris watched the river flow and said, "Daniel, see this river? It gives water to everything, trees, animals, farms. But when it rains too much and the river loses control, what happens?" Daniel answered, "It floods. It destroys everything." "Exactly," Mr. Harris said. "Kindness without boundaries turns into self-destruction. You're kind, but you have no limits. You run for everyone, but never for yourself. You think saying no is wrong, but sometimes saying no is the strongest form of self-respect." Then he added, "For the next 7 days, don't say yes right away. Pause. Ask yourself, will this cost me my peace, my energy, or my time? If the answer is yes, say, not today." The next day, Oliver showed up again. "Daniel, bro, help me move this heavy box." Daniel looked at his broken fence, the one he'd been ignoring for months. He took a breath and said, "Man, I can't today. I need to fix my own fence. I'll help later, just not right now." Oliver was shocked. "You're saying no?" Daniel nodded. It felt uncomfortable, but he stayed focused. A few hours later, the fence was finally fixed. For the first time in a long time, Daniel felt proud of himself. The next day, neighbors came asking for small favors. Daniel politely said no. That night, instead of feeling drained, he felt calm, light, peaceful. On the 4th day, it rained again. His roof started leaking. Daniel waited. No knock. No help. No one came. And instead of getting mad, he felt stronger. He fixed the roof himself. When he finished, he sat under it and whispered, So this is what it feels like to rely on myself. Weeks passed. Daniel stopped running for everyone. He stopped sacrificing his sleep and peace for people who never showed up for him. He took care of his garden, his home, himself. And something unexpected happened. People started respecting him. Oliver stopped depending on him for everything. Neighbors handled their own problems. The town was still friendly, but Daniel was no longer being used. His house looked better. His garden grew beautifully. His face looked healthier. And for the first time in years, Daniel laughed without feeling tired. One afternoon, Mr. Harris visited him and asked, "So, did the world fall apart when you stopped saying yes to everyone?" Daniel smiled. "No. My world actually started coming together." Mr. Harris nodded and said, "When you stop saying yes to everyone else, you finally say yes to yourself. And that's when life really changes. So let me ask you this. Are you like Daniel? Do you give too much? Do you say yes even when it hurts? Remember this. Saying no doesn't make you selfish. It makes you strong. You're choosing peace over pressure. Your time, your mind, and your heart matter. Protect them. Because the world only respects you when you start respecting yourself.